Ancient Egypt government officials. Ancient Egyptian society was structured like a pyramid. At the very top was the pharaoh, ruler of all Egypt. Under the pharaoh were government officials, priests, scribes, artisans, and peasants. The most powerful and respected group under the pharaoh was the government officials. They carried out the orders of the pharaoh. Government officials were from a long line of noble families. Usually they were part of the pharaoh's family or had inherited their positions from their upper-class noble families. Government officials were very wealthy. This made them very powerful and influential. Sometimes a trusted servant could take the position if they earned the respect of other nobles through hard work and loyalty. Government officials enjoyed a fancy lifestyle, living in fine homes and being waited on by servants. They wore fine linen clothing and perfume. Women wore ropes of beads, lipstick, eyeliner, and even painted their nails. Government officials had a large amount of time to socialize, allowing them to hold banquets with the best food. They had a variety of meats, such as roasted ducks, geese, pigeon, quail, antelope, wild sheep, and goats. Many of these meats we still eat today, although they are not what is usually served for dinner. Government officials also had other food choices, including figs, dates, grapes, coconuts, bread, cake, honey, and wine and beer. When guests came to eat these delicious meals, they offered the host of the banquet blessings, wishing them the greatest of riches. Servants, who were mostly women, waited on guests as they sat and ate with their fingers. Important guests were given chairs with high backs, while other guests were provided with stools or cushions to sit on. They would eat and socialize all night, enjoying their luxurious lifestyles. At these elaborate banquets, there were also various forms of entertainment. Dancers, acrobats, and musicians all performed. Musicians played rattles, harps, flutes, and a guitar-like instrument called a lute. Enjoying these banquets was one of the finer luxuries government officials experienced, much finer than any social class. There were three kinds of government officials: the vizier, the chief treasurer, and the general of the armies. The vizier was given the most power under the pharaoh. The vizier carried out the orders of the pharaoh and was the pharaoh's advisor. The vizier helped to define and carry out the pharaoh's commands, making sure that the social pyramid stayed in order. The vizier received several reports daily about what was happening everywhere in Egypt. At the end of the day, the vizier provided a summary to the pharaoh. The vizier also has the power to choose and supervise the other government officials, making sure that only the best could carry out the orders for the pharaoh. The vizier served as a kind of judge, as he was expected to be neutral in disputes and provide a fair trial for all, even peasants and slaves. The chief treasurer was responsible for the wealth of the government. The main job of the chief treasurer was to collect taxes. Egyptians paid taxes with goods instead of money, such as silver, beer, cloth, cows, and grain. If people could not pay their taxes, they were punished and fined. The general of armies was second in command, under the pharaoh, in Egyptian military. In times of war, he advised the pharaoh in ways to protect borders from invaders and how to create alliances with other kingdoms. The armies had weapons consisting of horse-drawn chariots, bows and arrows, spears, swords, and shields. The life of a government official in Egyptian society was luxurious. They received the best clothing, food, and homes. They were the most trusted advisors to the pharaoh and had a great deal of power. Everyone in Egypt wanted to gain the respect of a government official. Pop quiz. Write your answer on the piece of paper at your table. When you are done, wait for your group members to finish and compare your answers.
created using Powtoon.